Hello.
Hello, hello.
There should be sound. I don't know. There was just music playing. I don't know what happened. There
I
we
can hear
go.
you. Nah, we're just chilling here, enjoying the music. How you doing this morning, ID?
Oh, fine. All caught up on testing. Tested the most recent game submitted. Things are looking good.
Player cards on screen.
This is them.
Polk, Kitsune, the best 0-4 racer you're ever gonna see. They're really overperforming what looks like a 0% win rate, but the fact that anybody is still in the tournament right now means they're having a good showing.
Absolutely.
And Adresadini, whose picture scares me. But
Yeah,
notes that they always lose in Losers 2, and I don't think we're in Losers 2.
we're in Losers 3. They did it.
So, hopefully, both these players have aspirations further than what we're in right now, Losers 3. Because one of them's going to get through and play on. We'll see who it's going to be. We've got a good game. It sounds like, just reading the pace bin, but it's a weird one if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, I like this game. I mean, it is weird, like aesthetically, but as far as like, it's just a platformer. So it's standard fare. It's fun. It can be a little challenging with some of the um, level design, if I remember right. But I don't. It's been a long time since I played this. I didn't play it for MT. I played it like just like sometime in the past. That being said, we can go there. Oh no, these videos are still there. Let's hide the vodcast videos, and here we go. Pandemonium on the PlayStation 1. This game's wild. I think it's some developer that we've heard of. I have that as like a memory.
Weirdly, the stream is pulling up for me, but the screen share is like behind, perhaps,
Oh,
ID?
it's because of the way you have to share it from. I shared it the wrong way. There we go. I do
Well,
here.
now it's being shared at all, but
I do this. There we go.
yeah, there we go.
Um, Crystal Dynamics. That sounds familiar. What else has Crystal Dynamics made?
With the power of Yahoo, we can figure this out.
You're actually gonna use Yahoo?
Now I'm going to use Ask Jeeves.
Got it. What's the like micro crawler or something? There was one that my mom was always like, "You gotta use this one," and it was like super old.
1996 platform game developed by Toys for Bob. Neither of these players are named Bob, so no
Oh,
natural
Toys for
advantage.
Bob. They still make games. They make like Skylanders.
Skylanders and Star Control. I always like when there's like a little bit of pre-race to like go get set up. So now the players know how to move around in this menuing.
And go. We're into it.
When I see this like sort of 2.5D art style, I like jump to like Earthworm Jim sort of feelings.
Like
And
Earthworm
yeah,
Jim
just
3D.
yeah, like just the general like the exact sort of platforming that's happening on Adresadini's side. Just it's gonna be a lot of jumping and a lot of lanky dudes.
Yeah. This game, I think you literally just go straight through. Um,
We only
like
have one hit point? No, we have two. Okay.
like you don't have to. Um, oh, it looks like they picked two different characters, but they seem to control the same. Um, you don't have to go up or down like into the background or anything. Uh-oh. What's Adresadini doing?
Waterfall. There's no secret behind it. It's just a whole new level.
But yeah, so as far as like you just walk back and forth, it's pretty. It's 3D because it's the PlayStation and things were becoming 3D. But in general, oh, I see. Adresadini did pick the wrong character. I think the girl has a double jump. I don't know if they both do, but Polk Kitsune's been double jumping hard.
Double jumps are pretty good. If there's a character that has a double jump and a character that doesn't, I'm very curious what the character that doesn't had instead.
Probably just a hard mode. I don't know. It's like playing Mega Man in base, where you just like. It's fun to play as Mega Man, but you're just gonna have a way easier time as base.
So do these onks actually do anything?
Those are your lives.
Oh, so okay, that was a 1-up then. Okay. This looks like the sort of game, especially with the only having 2 hit points at least currently, that picking up extra lives would be like actually worth your time.
Yeah, definitely. And as far as the double jump in this game goes, it looks like it's like an actual good one, and not like you can't do it on the way down or anything. It seems pretty controllable.
There's a key to open the teeth.
Yeah,
What's
I think
the
the
plot
key.
here?
I think that's just showing you the concept of a key, like because it opened literally what was right in front of it, but probably in later levels it's gonna be where the key isn't gonna be directly next to the thing that it's opening up.
This key moved the block. I'm.
Keys open things.
Keys just make things that weren't doing things to do things, which I don't really think is what a key represents either in real life or video games typically, but that's where we're at. Except for this door, which opened automatically. Because that doesn't need a key at all. Why would it?
Let's see about the If you game over, use the password screen. It automatically enters your latest password. If you want to quit back to the menu, press start, then select. I don't know why you would, but...
I'm curious what the actual solution there was for Kitsune, because they did this jump twice. The first time, they just didn't want to run into the enemy, so they fell down. The second time, they just damage boosted through the enemy. And... oh, the enemy just moves. They're just impatient. Okay.
Ooh. Adresadini walked walked right into that guy. Generally, it's not advisable to walk right into the guys. They're walking around. Yeah, that is a good life roll. Although you won't normally take contact damage. Look at this extra life. It's avoiding. Ah! Get out of there, Indiana Jones.
I love how many, like, Indiana Jones-like games just happened around this exact sort of time period. Like, now
now that you can do 3D, you can actually make it feel like there's a boulder chasing you.
We've had 20 years of zombies and superheroes, but just for this, like, small period of time, it was small mascot animals and tomb raiding.
Yeah, in Crash Bandicoot there are those sections too where you run away from boulders. And I don't know when this came out. It looks early. This looks pretty early for a PlayStation game, but probably not like
I
as
had the
early as
Wikipedia, I
Crash.
believe I said 1996.
Okay, so yeah, pretty early. That was the year the N64 came out. I think PlayStation came out in 94. I think Crash precedes this by a little bit, but not by a whole lot.
Password is just to scream, ah. They're
Oh
still on
man,
level 1. That's a full reset. That's not good.
that's
Because
rough.
Polk Kitsune has just finished level 2. So we're going to have a 2-level difference.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, it's going to be pretty difficult to catch up, I think.
Yeah, and this isn't one of those games. We'll see games where if you get stuck, you're learning things about the level. We saw like Hopscotch got stuck on a level in a line drawing game. I think the game is literally called like Line Drawn.
Draw stage.
Yeah, draw stage. Thanks for the creativity, Dev. And but like learnt like 4 different ways to be better at that particular game just while trying to get unstuck. This is a platformer that seems quite honest, and if you're dying, you're not going to be going through this level much faster than you were the first time.
Yeah, you can learn where the enemies were, because they do come onto screen pretty fast. So if you're expecting one to be there, you can jump over him at least. Polk Kitsune is having trouble. Dying a lot.
Yeah, level 3 has spiders, which is about right for understanding where levels go from design. I'm
Did
sure we're
Adresadini really
level.
not beat stage 1 at all? That's too bad. Because I'm concerned that they just didn't go to the password menu. Oh, we're in a little bonus area. Hit the target. Yeah, nice. Coins. We needed them.
You're tricking me as a caster to go pull up the paste bin.
I posted it.
I had it up earlier. Nope, I
It,
don't
it
have it.
mentions the
There
password
it is.
menu. I'm just concerned that Adresadini didn't do it. But I'm not sure. For some reason, I didn't think they were that far behind. Maybe they never did beat level 1. Okitsune going down to getting the heart good call.
The concern I have is if they didn't beat level 1, based on what I was seeing, they also probably were dying at the end of screens pretty consistently because they were on it for a while despite the fact that they were moving quickly.
I remember last time this was played, this section that Polk Kitsune is on, I remember some players dying on this section. This was might have even been an MT last year.
If you're Polk Kitsune, you see that beat stage 4 is the goal. You're already on stage 3, and you're approaching like an estimate of like 15 minutes or so to be able to get through stage 4. I'm under the impression that we're going to see a difficulty spike at some point. There's going to be an unnecessary boss or something that's going to hold them up. Because you don't usually see, when given the option, like if the game was this easy, why not stage 5? Why not stage 6 as the goal?
Yeah. I think I do want to give credit to what Polk Kitsune is doing though, because I do think that they're generally keeping moving forward, doing the correct jump / double jump, not oh well. There it is. There it is. And we go to password.
Now Kitsune needs to do the password. Do it automatically.
Yeah.
It was not all A's, which...
And back to level 3. So, I mean, Adresadini now is in the second half of level 2. Is not that far behind.
Yeah, but despite the fact that, like, ostentatiously we're halfway through the race, if you're more than halfway the race for Polk Kitsune, these levels have been quite quick when they've been beaten.
But I do think this is probably a shorter goal.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Last time we did this, beat level 4, Muware got 32-29. Yeah, that was in 2020.
Muware's decent at games.
And Countdown 42 got 29.06, says hard game. That was the first time this was raced in 2018. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, the game is...
Maybe Polk Kitsune is killing it.
Yeah, I actually do think Polk Kitsune is playing very well. Because it's really easy. You only have 2 hit points, which is less than you have in nearly every other platformer that has health. And so it's easy to just walk right into stuff.
And only 3 lives, so you have about 9 hit points to spare before you just get sent back to the very beginning of the level.
Yeah. Ooh.
And some enemies come from off-screen. That wasn't really off-screen, but you have to really be able to read what can hurt you before it even happens.
Yeah, well, you're really fast, which feels good to play, but at the same time is dangerous.
Yeah, I think I would personally struggle with this game. I've had enough issues already this mystery tournament with things coming and having to react with them as they've just shown up on screen. And Polk Kitsune is making it look easy. Or easy enough, I should say.
Oh. Oh, didn't.
Oh, they missed this jump again. They've
didn't
had
double
trouble here
jump.
before.
So maybe you can't do it on the way down. Maybe you have to be going up to do the double jump.
That's very much of this era, if that's the case.
I feel like it's almost personal preference. Because some games just do it still. And some don't. I don't know. So, yeah, apparently you can increase your health. Some people say that you can have up to 7 hearts by the end of this game. In the chat, but I don't know how. I don't think that's in the pastebin. Probably finding secret things, and we don't like to take that kind of time.
Yeah, we had a race where it was like 100 gems to get 1 extra hit point. And you kind of like were just getting gems naturally, and it was actually a big deal.
Kitsune doing? They're going all over the freaking place. Okay,
Whee!
I understand where they are now. This is wild. Walking up this spire, here we are at the top of the... Okay, so could have come up here from the bottom, but didn't. Took kind of a weird little route and ended up coming in from the top. Oh no, we're right back here, so you do need to actually go through this section.
It's got a third
Get
life.
that key, get the key! Yeah.
He does things.
He opens the gate. And is that the end of level 3? Nice.
Good stuff.
And 3 hearts now, so going through that extra section is big.
Yeah, so is there a heart power-up that I just missed, or is it like a number of these little green gems?
I think it's a heart power-up, because I saw somebody at over 200 of these green things at one point, and they didn't get a heart.
Yeah, chat beat me to it, so I don't look creative. Taking a game over here is 100% the correct choice, except for that we just lost the heart. That's sad, but I don't think we have any healing in this game anyways, so... Perfect, now we have our 3 full continues, and we're ready to go.
And we're moving fast. Extra hit point's going to be big for not only not dying, but you can also just play a little bit more dangerously for longer. Although, be a little bit careful here. Yeah, these boulders matter. You got to push yourself though. Sometimes you go into a level and you're like, maybe I can just run, and then you're like, okay, I can't just run, but at least now I know.
For this slip and slide green stuff.
How we get that health? Oh, barely dodging that.
Also, your spike's the wrong way. Spike, you're meant to go down.
Oh, this guy jumps when you jump.
So just ignore him entirely? Yeah, there we go.
Oh, it looks like you can go under him if you time it right.
From this elevation, please go over. Thank you. This whole game, like, I'm just looking at the enemies and none of them make any sense.
It's Pandemonium. That's the name of the game.
Yeah, exactly.
I really like this art, actually. I know a lot of people find this ugly now, but it's unique. You just don't... People are still making really nice-looking pixel art games, but nobody's really making stuff like this, I feel like. They really went out there with designs because they couldn't make the 3D just make it look like real people. So the designs are usually just so insane. Okay, get under... Oh no!
Oh, come on. We need the key to do something. It'll become clear. Oh, thanks, key. It's in this case, it's get more gems, which we don't particularly care about. The title is wrong, by the way. It's Pandemonium !
Oh. Oh my gosh. At least I spelled Pandemonium right.
Yeah, that's the hard part. Okay, where is Polk Kitsune gonna respawn? Okay, at the slip and slide bridge.
Didn't get
That's
that key
fine.
though. Maybe he doesn't need to, but I would be a little concerned.
Yeah, these little guys who match your jump look unbeatable until you remember that you are very, very fast.
Yeah, I think what Polk Kitsune is doing. Oh, so the spider webs shorten your jump. Okay. What Polk Kitsune is doing is moving forward a little too early, because then you get bounced back and you don't have time to run under him. But if you jump and then don't move forward until you touch the ground, it looks like you can consistently run under him. Wow, look at this. This is some yeah, this is a lava lamp. Alright, weird air vents. Every platformer needs them.
Goodness, I'm just getting tranced by this level instead of having any thoughts.
Yeah.
That's not good. Don't do that.
Yeah, that's bad. Came in here with not too much health though, so now starting back up with 3 is good. Adresadini still dying on level 3. I think Polk Kitsune really actually has made a really good performance here. Made it look easy by not getting hit that much.
This is the last level, by the way. If Polk Kitsune can clutch this out, some sight reading of enemies who are a bit silly. These spiders are predictable at least.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
And
It's. I mean, that would be significantly faster than any other blind time we've seen of this game.
yeah, I wouldn't bet on it, but it's possible, and I'm excited about the possibility. Just kill the spider?
Yeah, just kill the spider. Yeah. Oh.
Because we're looping around, like, just the idea of killing some of these enemies, like killing this spider too, just makes it less stressful if we have to do another getting over it.
Yeah, and they don't
climb.
respawn.
Yeah, correct.
Oh.
Because now we have to fight it again, right? And it's fine. Like, this jump's not actually hard. We can just wait a second for the spider. But taking a few seconds to kill it, beyond the risk of interacting with it.
It's a game over. That's restarting level 4, but I could see getting through the first part of this pretty quick, as long as they don't rush. I see.
Yeah,
you actually need that key.
With Adresadini going into the tower, if Adresadini's also going to find the additional heart piece.
I think that's the only way to, yeah, go through this door. This is exactly what Polk Kitsune did. Went down this hole. I think this is just how you do this level. Then you come out there with the key. You go flying up here. You jump to the top of this building. You run around in circles. And then this is where they got the power up. But I didn't see if you could, like, not get it. There it is. We've got
very unceremonious for what is 50% extra health.
Oh, the key. Go get the key. Hey, we're good. And now, gotta go back to the right. Hopefully sees that has been opened up. Yeah, there we go. We got a nice little coins leading us out, and we're done with level 3. Same level now. Both on 3 hearts. Both will have 3 hearts when they do the continue code.
I think the biggest advantage that Polk Kitsune has is they've figured out strategies to be able to beat these stupid little needle guys.
Yeah.
Which I think are really testing and can do a lot of chip damage, which prevented them from being able to finish on their first visit through, and will probably be a large part of why I don't think Adresadini is going to be able, especially with only 2 life left, to clutch this out. Adresadini should probably just take the.
Well, and we're at checkpoint 1 at this point for Polk Kitsune. So already in at least, I don't know if there's multiple checkpoints per level. I think there are, because before. No. Did they ever die in the groovy section? I don't think so. Like, they did, but then that was the last life, so I'm not sure if there's another checkpoint there.
Polk Kitsune is in a really healthy spot if they continue playing the same level of play that they played throughout this level and on the last visit.
Yeah. Ooh, these guys. So they do hurt you if you jump on their spike. So you gotta be careful.
I would like to see, though it's not required because you can also just be really good and do it in a one-shot, some spider killing. Just because it's likely that you're going to fall down at least a little bit, and the more enemies that you remove, the less noise you have to deal with in the future.
So the major difference between the Jester and the girl is that the Jester has an attack, and the girl does not. Only jumping.
Huh.
But, and so Adresadini has thought that that's valuable. I don't know if I agree.
If the Jester can remove the little spiky guys, I understand the choice.
Oh, yeah. But I mean, a double
Otherwise,
jump
they're
is
a pain.
strong. Yeah. Can kill the spiders. No.
Okay.
You gotta do the
This
same
spider
technique.
needs to die. Okay, Polk Kitsune is going to just truck on through, but if we see that spider and it does damage in the future, I'm going to be sad. That almost felt like the double jump was necessary there for Polk Kitsune to get out, but they've done it.
I think you could have gone over to the left and then over to the right with a single jump, but I mean it would have been way tighter.
So the game rudely puts a flower at the bottom of the green slip and slide, and you're like, well, that was very rude. And then they give you another green slip and slide and do the exact same thing. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, I'm dead. I'll respawn.
Not for long. Oh man. Yeah, I would have tried to take the lower path there. It looked like there were rocks on the upper path, but not the lower one. We've got another restart, but I mean, if Adresadini wins this with the Jester, I think that would be incredibly impressive. I don't see it happening, but like, it'd be hype. Being able to kill the enemies is nice. I mean, it's not like it's a bad thing.
Yeah, I'm curious when this game was made in 1996 with 1996 dev thoughts in their mind, what they built the game around. Was this meant to be a game that you're able to fight, or was this meant to be a game that you're meant to double jump? It doesn't really change the way that you race it, because sometimes what's intended or what's not intended is going to be faster, and that's just for you to test out.
It almost seems more with this sort of modern philosophy where sometimes when people make indie games, like stuff like Freedom Planet or whatever, they just give you multiple characters for fun and they just control differently, and the idea is just to kind of play through with a couple different characters to have a different experience.
Or what was our little cowboy game recently that you could just play the duck for the pacifist
Oh yeah,
mode?
that was Gunman Clive. For some reason you said Cowboy and I kept wanting to say Cowboy Bebop. I'm like, there was not Cowboy Bebop. Yeah, I don't know if there's ever been a Cowboy Bebop game. Someone can answer that for me in chat, but I mean, it's not really the kind of show you'd make a game of, but I am a little curious. Maybe there's like a PC 98 adventure game or something.
My roommates have been slowly getting me into anime, so I've been watching some Chainsaw Man and Spy X Family. But our signal for like, hey, it's time to go watch some anime is just Tank from Cowboy Bebop.
Oh, there was
it is
Cowboy Bebop game.
What I associate with anime. Okay. As Adresadini, the whole point of taking the Jester, as far as I'm concerned, is to deal with the most annoying enemies, and I don't think the Jester can kill those enemies. So
no, if it can, it takes so many hits that it's not worth it. Adresadini is actually better at getting through these spike guys than Polk Kitsune is, because Polk Kitsune has the option of double jumping or going under, and Adresadini only has one thing and has now gotten very good at that one thing.
yeah, Adresadini's on last life, last continue, so either needs to be incredibly clutch, which I just don't see happening. We're quite far away from the end. Or we'll be just resetting here shortly. Polk Kitsune is already a life down, and this is quite early in the level to be a life down for how well they've been otherwise playing. Soon to be 2 lives down if they're not careful. These spiders do damage.
Oh, that's a death. We'll see if Adresadini switches characters. With where we're at with health and lives right now, I don't think this is a guaranteed finish for Polk Kitsune.
Yeah, I'm gonna argue that the trippy climb that we're doing now is a large part a knowledge checkpoint. Being able to know that when you're jumping into these spots, it is a cycle-based spider thing.
Yeah.
And the silly flowers that are hiding at the end of the slip and slides are
Yeah.
both things that are just going to trip up Adresadini, like, pretty much guaranteed. I think it would trip up almost any racer.
Sticking with the Joker. Oh, whatever. Joker Jester. Midnight
Like
Toker.
Joker. Is that the peanut gallery who said that it's not the Joker?
Yeah, as my wife said, it's a Jester, not Joker. I mean, it's the same deal, though. It's... Yeah. Oh, does he have face paint?
It looks kind of...
So we had this discussion when we played Neo Mr. Do for Miss Scory, which is something I would like to continue doing at some point. But
2 points.
yeah, exactly. But we talked about... We asked what everyone's favorite video game clown was, and then we had the discussion about what a clown even is. And I said a clown needs to have face paint. Not everyone was with me on that, but I feel like if something has face... It can't be a clown if it doesn't have face paint. No face paint on this guy. No. Just a mask.
While we posture that question, Polk Kitsune is actually the closest I've ever been to the finish. I don't know where the finish is.
It's gotta be
with
close.
1 heart left.
But at
it feels like it's
one
gotta be
health,
close.
one
Is this
life.
it?
There it is.
Ooh.
Desperate finish, but there we go. We have the dot done.
It's gonna win the race, get Polk Kitsune to losers 4, but based on the conversations we were having earlier, that's also a really good time.
That is better than what we've ever seen blind before for this time. That is 2 minutes faster than Countdown 42 and a few more minutes faster than the last time it was raced.
And doing it with fake Laura Croft instead of the fake Joker.
Yeah. Yeah, this guy seems a little bit less devious than the Batman villain. I can't see the Batman Joker wearing Converse.
He seems to be pretty anti-materialistic, but I could see it in like the animated Batman, like Mark
Yeah.
Hamill, for some reason.
It just seems like a young person thing. I don't know. I don't think of the Joker as being like a young hip dude.
Curious to see Adresadini continue on. Please don't immediately then quit as soon as I say that. Just to see how they deal with what I thought was the crux of maybe the whole race, which was this like the
Yeah.
trippy area.
Well, especially without the double jump, I feel like it's a lot harder.
Okay, here we go. We got 1 heart for this life. What? We have bullets? How long we had that?
Yeah, I think that's what the glowing does. And actually, Okitsune was glowing too. The reason I say that is because when they went into that room with the target, the little bonus room, also glowed pink and had a bullet at that point to hit the target with. Look at this masterful play. Oh my gosh! Okay.
No, that's fine though. That's fine.
Yeah. Oh!
That's less fine.
Where is the, Here it is. Okay. Not too far back, but everything's gonna be alive again. Gets the power up. Wants the bullets. Oh, but it isn't glowing. Maybe they didn't grab it.
Yeah. This game's so trippy that it's kind of hard to... Like, the same got hurt animation is also pink and flashy.
It's true.
I'm happy this game has friendly hitboxes, because I can imagine in some situations that spider just doing damage to you for no reason.
Also finishing first in this race, Bright Shadow and 1UP40 are also in this race.
It's been a really good litmus test.
Mhm.
Basically, this whole tournament. Anytime they've shown up, 1UP has put up a time I would say is in that like 70 to 80 percentile.
Yeah.
Like really good, but not like unbeatable. Looks like we might have a forfeit.
Yeah, we've got a forfeit from Adresadini. Fair enough. They gave it a good try. I would have said if you go back and play that again, probably play the double jump character. At least as a first go through. Maybe if you like it enough and want to challenge yourself, but it just seems harder.
Yeah, comment from Adresadini. Crash Bandicoot if it was weirder. Which is kind of impressive, because Crash Bandicoot's not the most normal game itself.
Polk is up against the winner of your match, Muware. Interesting. Well, if you are the same skill that you were in 2022 at this game, Polk would have beat you today. It's going to be a tough match.
Yeah, a reminder, Polk went into this tournament after 0-2s, and I believe has 3 wins already this mystery tournament. If they can beat their opponent next match, they'll like immediately become a 500 racer and also be like quite deep into this tournament and can really make a run. I think my thoughts at the beginning of the race are the same. I think that they were a very underrated
Yeah.
player if you just only looked at the statistics.
What's coming up here?
They're in the waiting room, by the way.
Nice. We'll move them in.
We have that's 40 minutes. Hello, Kitsune.
Hey! Hello! How's it going?
You're a bit echoey, perhaps.
Yeah, I just turned you down a bit. I think we're good. How are things going for you?
Pretty well, pretty well. Oh, let me double check if it's not this.
There's a problem. This is what happens when you have a voice changer on.
There you go.
Yeah,
There
that
we
would
go.
do it.
Much better. Like, Windows decided to make some change on the other. That'll happen.
Well, big
Updates.
GG's. That was not only a good race, but also just a good showing of this game. It's the best time we've ever seen in a blind race of this particular game.
Dang, that's well. Thank you. I'm really impressed I did that well then. Like it's one of those janky old type of platformers at the time of the PlayStation. I've only seen it a little bit here, but never actually touched it before. But if you have to choice to pick between 2 characters, you have to pick with the double jump. It's too powerful, no matter how janky it is.
It's true.
Yeah, so your opponent mentioned Crash Bandicoot as the game that they were thinking of. Was there a game that came to mind when you were going through this?
Ooh, it certainly reminds you of Crash Bandicoot. The problem is that it's 2D, of course, which Crash Bandicoot. There are some 2D sections, but it's usually 3D. Music felt more like Spyro, and no, it's at the time. It makes me think a little bit of there was the Phantom Isle with the Klonoa, but Klonoa had some more less 3D graphics involved into it, more sprite work.
Yeah.
But the platforming was nowhere near as precise. The enemies definitely had timings to it. They even had a boulder chasing section with a spiked wall. I could definitely see the resemblance to Crash Bandicoot. Even the map gives you that feeling here. The way that you're walking in between each part, you've got your box breaking party collecting all the treasures along the way. The resemblance is definitely there. It feels like it was chasing that trend. Except with 2 characters, I suppose, and only one of them can spin. By what your instructions said.
Your opponent went back and forth between the characters. On the last level, they decided to go Jester, but I think you were always in a good spot because you reached level 4 first. When you're looking at a goal that said World 4, and
Yep.
you've only been racing for a little bit, uh, did it strike fear that you were about to hit a difficulty spike, or were you just racing and
It did not surprise me that felt like a difficult sprite because the goal was not far at all. Usually goals are meant to be about half an hour to an hour here, so I get a feeling they want us to run into something that blocked them. There was some kind of gimmick in there here that was gonna slam us and break our nose against it. Yeah, I felt like those gnomes for a moment were gonna be that kind of jank, but it's all about those 2 hits, the kind of checkpoints you've got. Stage 4 definitely some obstacles to it, and that's why I had to restart it quite a few times. But at that point here, once the game over, and you gotta start from the beginning here, learn from what you've got, go back to it here, try to improve, try to save yourself some health, and that's how you're able to make progress and go further in.
yeah, the 2 hit points were definitely
Mhm.
scary. Usually
Um,
I'd expect a game like this to have at least 3, but
Yeah, at level 3, I was able to collect a third heart attack, and I took a glimpse at my after the match and saw my opponent also had that. But that third heart point optional, or was that something you always got?
yeah, so I was under the impression because you were finding so many of those green things that it might have been optional. But
Possible.
based on ID's memory and also just your opponent ending up going to the same route, like around the
Mhm.
roof and whatnot, it looked like the game just wanted to give you a lot of shiny things to make you feel good.
Possibly. The part about the roof, I think, was optional, so she had to enter well into it, and that's at that section where I got the extra heart container. So I thought, hey, there's my advantage. An extra hit is huge in this kind of game.
Right,
But
Shadow
hey,
just finished a few minutes ago, which I think gives you context of how well you did when you're already in the
hey,
interview by the time the second finisher happened, and hit us with a that was a game. It sure was.
yeah.
And based on the way that you described the game, kind of Crash Bandicoot, but it sounds like it's a pretty unique game and the sort of game that if it shows up later in Mystery Tournament with its kind of janky double jump and old feel,
Hmm.
it's gonna trip other people up and be a good
Oh
time.
yeah. The timing for that double jump was really off. Sometimes it felt like it had to happen before your art started descending, but even then, sometimes it didn't kick in. It's weird, but you always tried it anyways. It's double jump.
Did when you guys pulled the game, did it have the exclamation mark in the title? It doesn't. This is a Pandemonium exclamation mark game. Which I think it definitely needs that exclamation mark.
Yep.
It's a game that has a lot going on.
It has that kind of chaos. It's just it needs that. It's the wackiness, though, the hilariousness, the cutscene in the beginning too. Like, it
Um,
definitely feels like the era.
one last thing for me. We've been looking at your stat sheet. You were 0 and 4, but going for this. I'm like,
Yep.
don't buy that. Just the fact that you're in losers 4 now with this win means that you've infinitely times your wins, but you're getting close to just going from a 0-4 to like a 50-50 racer and being quite deep here. What are you looking for next round? If opponents are only gonna get harder, what sort of game are you
Of
looking
course.
to potentially draw?
Platformer seems to be my strong point at this point here. Some puzzles at times here might be good, but racing games not exactly my strong point here. And if you don't draw me in a fishing game, please. Just no.
So
Fishing game?
I'm
I don't
here.
think we've ever seen a fishing game in MT, but I hope we do. I'd like to see one. We had a fishing game in Miscory once, and that was a whole lot of fun. So I'm hoping
Yeah,
we.
Oh god.
you're getting a ball game and you're gonna like it. That's my prediction.
A crate shoving game too. Please come on, so come on.
Oh, ball, great shoving game. Let's do it. Yeah, ball's a good one.
Uh,
That's my prediction for you. Sorry for cursing you with it, but thank you for joining us for the interview. It
Hey,
always
happy
helps
to
out,
come
and
in.